Dark clouds gather in the sky as rain pours down over a quiet neighborhood. A woman walks alone, her hood pulled low over her head, her hands tucked in her pockets. She moves with a calm yet menacing air, as though there's something dangerous about her presence. Her name is Maya Rivers, and she's about to turn the world upside down. Just a few days ago, she was stationed overseas, serving in the Marines with honor, discipline, and the skills that made her one of the best. But when she received a call that changed everything, everything she believed in came crashing down. "Maya, your sister is dead," the voice on the phone told her. Her twin, Leah Rivers, was shot and killed by the police in what they called a tragic mistake. Maya knew her sister. Leah was never the type to cause trouble. She was a schoolteacher, loved by her students, a peaceful person who only wanted to make the world a better place. But now, she was gone, and the people who did it were still free. Maya wasted no time. She took the first flight home, her heart burning with grief and rage. The report said Leah had been mistaken for a suspect in a nearby robbery. The police claimed she matched the description of a woman involved in the crime, but Maya knew better. She knew her sister's face, her mannerisms. Everything about her was different from the criminal they were looking for. It was a lie, a cover-up, and Maya was determined to expose it. When she arrived in her hometown, the air was thick with tension. Protests had already started. People held signs demanding justice for Leah, but the authorities remained silent. No arrests had been made. The officers involved were placed on administrative leave. But Maya knew what that meant. It meant nothing would happen. They would get away with it, unless she had anything to say about it. Maya wasn't just any woman. She was a Marine trained in combat, surveillance, and strategy. She had fought enemies overseas, taken down targets in the dead of night, and survived situations that would break most people. But this wasn't war. This was personal. She started her own investigation using every skill she had learned in the military. She gathered evidence, reviewed security footage, and spoke to witnesses. The more she uncovered, the worse it got. The police had tampered with footage, edited parts out, and even planted fake evidence. But Maya knew how to find the truth. She hacked into the city's surveillance system and tracked down unaltered footage from nearby businesses. What she found made her blood run cold. The video showed Leah standing peacefully outside a store when the police approached her aggressively. She raised her hands, but they didn't care. Within seconds, they shot her, 5 bullets ending her life before she even had a chance to defend herself. The rage inside Maya was uncontrollable. She wanted revenge, but she was smart. She knew acting blindly would only get her killed. Instead, she planned carefully. She followed the officers involved, learning their routines, their weaknesses. One by one, she exposed them, leaking their corruption to the media, forcing the city to take action. She confronted them publicly, making sure the world saw them for who they truly were. But it wasn't enough. One night, as one of the officers walked to his car, Maya stepped out of the shadows. "You murdered my sister," she said, her voice calm but seething with unshakable rage. The officer reached for his gun, but Maya was faster. In a blink, she had him pinned against the car, his own weapon turned against him. "You don't deserve to wear that badge," she whispered before knocking him out cold. She left a message, a chilling, undeniable warning. The officers responsible for her sister's death would no longer feel safe. They would no longer hide behind their badges, thinking they were untouchable. The city's corruption would no longer go unnoticed. The next morning, the entire police department was in chaos. The truth had come out. Protests grew bigger. The officers involved were arrested, and the chief was forced to resign. Maya had won, but the victory felt hollow. Leah was still gone. Nothing could bring her back. As she stood at her sister's grave, Maya made a silent promise. She would keep fighting, not just for Leah, but for every innocent person who had been silenced. The war wasn't over. It had just begun. She didn't stop there. Maya worked with activists, attorneys, and investigative journalists to expose more corruption. She trained local citizens in self-defense, teaching them how to protect themselves and hold those in power accountable. The movement grew stronger, and Maya became a symbol of resistance, an unstoppable force against injustice. The system wanted to silence her, to make her disappear. But Maya was not afraid. She had survived war zones, faced death, and fought through more battles than most. She knew fear, and she had conquered it. Now, she was making sure no one else would have to suffer the way she did. Sometimes justice doesn't come easy. Sometimes it takes more than just words. Maya Rivers refused to let her sister's death become another statistic. She fought back, using everything she had, because that's what love does. It fights. The fight for justice never ends, and neither will Maya's mission. What would you have done if you were in her shoes? If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives like this. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe, stay strong, and never stop seeking justice.